seen us going, passing the folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
It rains. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, welcome back to another show. John Sinclair TV back again, back from Italy, and had a fantastic time. Back from Bergamo, beautiful, beautiful city, by the way. And I've got my guy this evening, Roly.
Hi, John.
Champion, mate. Champion, not too bad, and welcome aboard, mate. And yeah, I've been on streaming for a few days now. Now I'm back, and it's great to be back in the chair. And you know, the Premier League is back very, very soon. The friendly's coming up on Saturday, and we can do a match preview. So if you do like the video, like what you see, give it a like, hit that subscribe button. And guys, I'm only 12 subscribers away from the big 4K. So please share this content, share it about, and also support my channel too. So, and if you'd like to become a member, the link is on top of the chat, 99p. And if you like to super chat my channel, if you think the channel's worth it, just donate what you can, and it will be absolutely brilliant. So I've got some comments flying in as well. Big up to Lewis, big up to Lou. Hope you're okay. Great guy, I like him. And big up to Joe Carroll, big up to Joe. I hope you're okay, my guy. And I think it's your first time. Hit the subscribe button if it is, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. Joe Vesky, yeah. Hi to you. Hi to Chairs. Yeah, please keep those comments clean, respectful. Please don't caps in duplicate comments. Enjoy the show. Thank you, Chairs. I appreciate that. And Chairs, big up to Chairs. What about Roly?
Right, Chairs. It's good to be back.
It certainly is. It certainly is, man. It's just.
I'm glad you had a good time in Italy. Did you get to do any scouting for us?
Not quite, but I mean, Zapata, who I rate, by the way. I mean, I think it's too late getting him now. I think he's alongside 30. He's 31, come up 32. And if we were going to get him, we could have done that last season. But unfortunately, it's here. But for me, I think it's too late. I'd like a younger striker. I went to Milan as well, did the stadium tour as well, and the museum tour as well. Check it out on my channel. I've done my very first vlog on it, and I think I've done it. And I'm going to do a vlog as well against Bournemouth on Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm taking Jules my last service as well. So do that as well. And the stadium, man, it's just absolutely fantastic. Check us out. It's out on social media, on the YouTube channel. Check it out. This is the San Siro Stadium Museum Tour. So please look at it. Hit that thumbs up as well. Thank you very much indeed, Joe. And good evening to Gareth Cooper as well. Hope you're okay, Gareth. And look, it's absolutely necking the end of the day. And it is what it is. So I don't mind the cord, but at the end of the day, the frost is an absolute killer as well. I got back from the airport. Oh my God, it was frosty. It was turned into ice. And big up to Alan as well. Hope you're okay. And everyone on social as well. So we're going to talk about the preview match in a friendly, because the Premier League is going to be back very soon, and it's good to see Newcastle United back on that pitch. We are going to take on Rayo Vallecano, the La Liga outfit as well, and it should be a good exercise for us, Roly. And if you look at it, right, I mean, they look a good team, but we're at home, and it's going to be a good workout, and we need to be back on that pitch, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we need to hit the ground running when the Premier League, when the Carabao Cup comes on next week. So it's be a good workout with a team that's done well in their games that they played during this World Cup break. So it should be a good run out for the lads.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's been quite a while because the World Cup was there. And if I'm honest with you, I'm glad the Premier League is coming back. And I'm also...
can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I'm also glad that it needs to be there because the fact is, right, I mean, we enjoyed the World Cup. I enjoyed it, but it's great to see the Premier League come back as well because we're third at the minute and we need to keep our form going as well. I mean, I'm glad Kieran Trippier didn't play much. Nippler hardly played, didn't play at all. Callum Wilson only had a couple of subs appearances as well, yeah. And Bruno hardly played for Brazil as well. Could have done with him as well, by the way, for Brazil.
Yeah.
Would have gone against Croatia as well. No disrespect, but
apparently they don't fancy him in Brazil for some reason.
Probably they think he's playing for Newcastle. Go on. I think it's that.
They're saying that they don't seem to fancy him for some reason because they never play him and they play Fred instead. I mean, Fred is like a cheap plonk compared to the champagne of Bruno.
Oh, don't let Macy hear that, mind. Oh man, I did a watch along on.
No, I'd tell her.
Hey, so glad to have Macy on me watch along as well for the Game of England fans. Big up to Macy. Thank you again for much indeed for that. And she was absolutely amazing that day. Honestly, man. I had 1,200 views on that day. I didn't expect that at all whatsoever, and I think I've done really well. Amazing support. Amazing.
It's going to be interesting, the game. I believe 3 of our World Cup players have been given extra time off. I know Nick Pope, Fabian Schär. I forget who the other one is.
Nick Pope, Callum Wilson, Kieran Trippier, and Bruno. That's 4.
Yeah, I think it's Bruno that might be given a little bit of extra time.
I think he will. We need him back on Tuesday, though.
Trips and Wilson are back with the squad, but the others are given a bit of extra time, which is fair enough. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm expecting. Carry on.
No, go for it. Carry on.
I was expecting us to start with quite a strong 11. And then make changes as the game goes on the second half. Then get another look at some of the kids and stuff who did so well out in Saudi.
Absolutely. I have to agree with you there. I'd like to see a strong team for Newcastle and change it about as well during the second half as well, because all the players will need game time as well. And one guy's going to definitely get game time on Saturday and Tuesday is ROLYS as well. The German. I think he had a wonderful game in the preseason friendly in Saudi Arabia, making a couple of great saves. And it seems to me that he's got his form back. He's got his confidence back as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's been slated for one mistake during the Champions League final when he was concussed. And that's almost wrecked his career. But he's got a chance to build it up. What does it mean for the likes of Carl Darlow and Gillespie? I think they may probably be out the door in the summer, if not before.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, he should have been out the door last season as well, Darlow. Because look, doesn't get us wrong, he's a good, honest keeper, but I just don't think he's that great now. Do you know what I mean? I think he needs to be playing for a different club, sort of thing, like some team that plays that's fighting relegation. If it gets Carl Darlow at the bottom of the table, then I think he may just keep you up. But we've gone past Carl Darlow now, if I'm honest with you. You know what I mean? He's been there since what, 2014, 8 seasons. But we need to move on from Carl Darlow's and Jamal.
The thing with Darlow is that when Dubravka's been injured, he's been fine until Dubravka's ready to start again, and then he falls to pieces.
That is the thing. I mean, look, he's been great in the Championship, but in some of the games he's played, when he's on it, he's on it. But when he makes mistakes, he makes mistakes. It's just my opinion. But, I mean, I'd definitely keep Nick Pope 110%. But long-term future, in my opinion, I think he'd probably go for the keeper like Duro Costa as well from Porto as well. And if you want to pay 75 million quid for a goalkeeper, that's his buyout clause, then
what we might do is look at some of the, because we've if we do sign Karius on a longer term deal, we're really looking for a number 3 keeper. So they may look to some of the younger keepers we've got at the club.
Yeah.
Or have gone out on loan as the number 3 keeper, because you're not expecting them to play. So we give them time to develop and work with the first team squad.
Yeah.
And develop them so that they can be ultimately take over in 6 or 7 years' time when Pope's gone and Karius is getting on a bit, and then they'll develop where they can challenge, and then they'll be in the sort of like late 20s takeover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fair comment. Mate. I mean, look, you mentioned number 3 keeper. We got 4 keepers on our books as well. We got Nick Pope, we got Karius, we got Darlow, we got Gillespie as well. I think Gillespie's contract's up at the end of the season anyway, by the looks of it. But very interesting as well. But we'll start 2 goalkeepers as well. So we're going to see what happens. But look, at the end of the day, I'm sure Anne's got a good point about Darlow. I'm going to come to in a bit. I have my say on that as well. Big up to Davey, even to you, my guy. Will be okay. Big up to Win. Welcome back, John. What's your student talk? It was Candy Vlog. Thank you so much indeed, Win. I really appreciate that, mate. I really do. And it's an experience for me. Falcao, Bebe, and Lejeune, all ex-Premier League players and ex-Newcastle players in the ranks as well. Yes, Falcao's 37, and he was a really good player back in his youth. I'm telling you, Atletico Madrid, that guy was an absolute killer. He scored something like 30-odd goals in 62 games. I could be wrong. 2 seasons at Atletico. That guy, when he played with Porto, he's an absolute killer. That guy could score goals all over the pitch.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Class that. Finish. I love his movement as well. It just didn't happen in the Premier League. And I just kind of put a finger out why. His English is brilliant, but I just kind of put a finger out why the Premier League caught him out. And that's a shame because he had too many injuries. And that's another thing. And when he played in the reserves for Man United, I thought, wow, that's a bit of a clown down for Falcao as well. So 37 years old. I think it's best there's a passed him by, but you just never know. And Lejeune's good to see Florian back up at St James's Park in the Vallecano. He's on loan from Alaves because Alaves got relegated and now he plays for Vallecano on the season on loan. Mario Suarez and Jose Angel Pozo are another 2 with Watford and Manchester City. Absolutely right. They had their time as well. Even into Unai Emery. We got to Gareth again. Looking forward to the season resuming. It will be a decent friendly to lead up to the Christmas games. I shall be there against Bournemouth. So if you want to check me out, check us out. I'll give you an autograph as well if you approach us. Darlow's on good money. He might not want to leave the club. I want to come on to that, right? If you don't mind, right? He's on about 60 grand a week, 60, 70 grand a week, Darlow, right? That is the reckless stupidity of what Mike Ashley has done. Do you know what I mean? It is reckless, man. And I think he's got 3 or 4 years left on his contract, really. I cannot believe that Mike Ashley offered him a new deal on a 5-year deal, 60k a week. And like
Typical
Alan said, go on.
It's typical Mike Ashley. He would get players that he felt still had some development on long-term contracts so that they wouldn't go cheap, but then forgetting that they haven't progressed and that they're on way too much money. No one wants them. Not on that money, but
It's crazy, isn't it? That's just 2 things up at the club. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they've done Isaac Hayden on a new 6-year deal. Now it's farmed out on Norwich City. I hope they get promoted. Jacob Murphy, another player on a 6-year deal on 50, 60k a week. He'd be hard to shift. So if you've got players on big money, I'm going to be hard to shift.
At least Jacob Murphy is contributing at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's improving. So the more he improves, the less problem I have with that.
Exactly. Well, we see what happens on Jacob Murphy so far. Give him to the end of the season, and see what he does, And but we need someone's going to be better than him. No disrespect, but I want to get in the top 4 every season. I want to win a title. And is he going to win us a title? Probably not. And they got Tony, by the way. Do check out his channel. It's all black and white TV. It's got a special guest on underneath at 7:30. So check his channel out for that.
Yeah, it's got Junior Turner he's got on.
He has indeed, and that'll be fantastic. And
I believe he's going to sing Banks of the River Tyne live as well. So should be a good watch for everybody.
Exactly. Do hit that subscribe button, people. As well, he's got 172. He wants to get 200 by Christmas. I want to get 4K by Christmas. Another 12 to go. And Darlow will be sold if Karius stays on. Who would you take, guys? Did you take Darlow or Karius? Leave your comments down there.
Karius every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Exactly. And good day, John, Roly, chatters. Big up to Matt from Australia. I hope you're okay, Matty. And big up to Gary D. I hope he's having a good few days there as well. Big up to Chelsea fan Toon as well. Big up to as well. And big up to Wayne again, lads. Would you still have Madison? I would hope we get him because I guarantee he wants to come to Newcastle. Now, the latest on that, right? I mean, let's be real. So I looked at a tweet last night. I don't know who it was saying that he's putting a transfer request in, but I'm not going to believe anything at all on that score as well. And what do you think, Roly? I mean,
I think he's been Trippiered at the World Cup. I'm sure that and Pope and Wilson have been telling him how fantastic it is up at the Toon that he should come. I think he wanted to come in the summer, but Leicester want too much money for him. And that's the crux of it. Yeah, I think I'd like him to come, but I think it'd be a very difficult deal to do in January because Leicester are still in trouble. They're not as bad as they were. They're still in trouble. So I think that they'll want to try and keep him till the end of the season, and then he's only got a year left on his contract. If he doesn't sign it, they need to sell him or he'll walk for nothing.
Exactly. I think Leicester City's playing a very dangerous game. Like Tielemans as well. He's on the feet. I think he'll go to a European club. I don't think he'll stay in the Premier League. I think he'll go to a European club, maybe in La Liga. We'll just have to wait and see on that one as well. But look, at the end of the day, everyone's saying about James Mansell, Willie Roly. Would Leicester City want to do business in Newcastle United? Would you rather sell him to Tottenham? It'd be very interesting.
Well, we're not in a situation where we're a direct threat to them because we're at different ends of the table. So I don't think it'll make any difference to Leicester who they sell it to if they get the price they want.
Yeah, exactly. But 60 million for, I mean, he's a great player, don't get us wrong, but he's got 18 months left. And when he gets 60 million, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Well, it remains to be seen. But yeah, you're right. We have to wait and see. But he says it's a difficult deal to do in January because they might think you're desperate. But if you can get him in January, I'll tell you something now, we're going to be very close to winning the title because he can make a difference.
Yeah.
Fit. Lads, go on.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, whoever we get in January will make a difference because that's what these owners do. They buy people that make a difference. They get the right players at the right price.
Exactly. Totally agree. There's one player I'd love to see at Newcastle's Amrabat from the Moroccan midfielder. What a World Cup he had. I tell you something, that tackle Mbappe in the second half was absolutely quality. Mbappe felt that habit. But I tell you something, that guy plays for Fiorentina. And I watch Italian football. This guy does it every single week. Great player. Lads, would you still have Mad? I would have to get him because he's a guarantee he wants to come to Newcastle. We'll see on that one. It's going to be see what happens in January. In my opinion, I think you'd probably get him in the summer if he decides to go. Would you take finals Justin Bieber at Newcastle? I never heard of that player. Don't watch it over DC, mate. I really don't. You have to tell us more about him, Nipple, mate. And
I've not heard of him either.
Never heard of him neither. I'm not going to lie. John Norwich got promoted anyways. Well, they need to this season because Dean Smith is under pressure to do so. Big up to Chairs, to Tony. We love Caicedo from Brighton as well at the right price. Would use John Roly win. I'd love to have Caicedo at my club.
At the right price.
All day long. But it's got a market value around about 70 million quid. And Brighton do not 70 million quid for a player. He's got a destined for the very top. He's one of the best midfielders in Europe. Let's put it this way: he'll not be at Brighton for the next 5 years. Let's put it that way. Sorry, Brighton fans, just being real. Gareth's all day long. You know what it is, Mason? He's not mentioned one word about Man United yet. He's been sensible, isn't he? Big up to Mason, by the way. Do you think the score will be against Leicester? What do you think? I'll take a draw, but we have to win that game. If we want to get in the top 4 race, we're going to have to win that game and make sure we don't give Leicester any leeways at all whatsoever. I'll be on one of their channels. I think I'm on Chris's channel and Ant's channel as well for the preview. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. For me, we should be Leicester, but we're not going to get beat 4-0 because that ain't going to happen. There's a report in Leicester paper that they need to make a 17 million bid by Feb because of FFP breaches. We're not going to pay 70 million for him. Let's be real. That's not going to happen anytime soon. So if Leicester wants to play games with us, we move elsewhere. 15 years ago, there was a Makelele. Then there was Kante. I think it may just be the Amrabat era if he goes to the right club. Cough, Newcastle, cough. Have you watched this guy play Amrabat? Have you ever watched him play for Morocco?
Yeah, he was one of the top midfielders. But the guy that caught my eye yesterday, was it Oena? Oh, no, I can't pronounce his name. Played number 8. Oena. I can't remember his name. He was causing all sorts of trouble down the French left flank with Ziyech. They were playing really well. I heard stories that I've seen reports that we're being interested in him as well. So
yeah,
trying to find his name.
Yeah, you mean about a Moroccan player?
Yeah. He was playing. He's playing slightly. He's playing more forward than Arabat.
I think I know what you mean, mate, because he plays in the French league and Giet as well, and he want a lip smacking 39 million bid for this guy. I know that for a fact. I can't remember his name, but I know for a fact that we're after this guy as well.
Onani, I think it is.
That's the one, Onani. I tell you what, this guy, he is an unsung hero for Morocco, and I tell you something, right? This guy is 22 years of age. And I tell you what, he can press, he can tackle, he can make defenders hell. I'm telling you, I watch this guy very, very carefully. And I tell you what, he is going to be some player. He's going to be a lot of money, this guy. But if Angus can get 39 million quid, I tell you what, for a small club in the French league, I think they've done really, really well. But I think they may just drop down their prices as well. But you are right, and Andy's name is, you're right. And that's the one. Thank you, Ches.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the one. And I'll tell you what, he is so exciting. But there are 28 people watching live on the show. Thank you very much indeed. Just please hit that like button as well if you can, guys. Thank you very much indeed. And thanks for that, Gary. I got your question, but I didn't want to display it on there because it's just I wouldn't say copyright in a way, but if you tell them what channel you're going to watch it, you'll probably get a strike for it as well. But got to be so careful. But thanks for that, Gary. Right, we're going to go through, I wouldn't say combined 11 as such, but for me, if I just share the screen, right, and we're going to make up our 11 who's going to be playing for Newcastle United against Vallecano in the friendly as well. Get that one shared out. And for me, it's going to be a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
And who would you play in goal?
I'm going to start Nick Pope.
Nick Pope in goal? Yeah. For me,
start off with a really strong side to start off with, and then make changes in the second half. So I expect to change keepers at half time, a bit like we did in Saudi.
Okie dokie. That is fine. I will go with Nick Pope as well because he had definitely games as well. Because I can guarantee you now that Carries is going to be a starter on Tuesday night. I know that for a fact. I could be wrong, but I was 99.99% he's starting. Let's go to the right back. And obviously, he's going to have to be either Trippier or Manfredo.
I think with the Carabao Cup in mind, he'll start with Manquillo. Give him some more game time because he's not had much game time this season. So he might start with Manquillo at right back.
Yeah, that's fine. And on the other side, left back.
I think he'll go with Matt Target.
Matt Target, okay. And the centre backs.
On the right side, I think he might play Jamal Lascelles. Jamal Lascelles, yeah.
Jamal Lascelles, and his partner in crime,
Big Dan Burn.
Big Dan Burn.
Yeah.
So that's
I think that might be the starting back four for next week.
Yeah, on Saturday.
No, the Carabao Cup.
Oh, you talking about Carabao Cup, are we?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the Saturday, mate. We're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I think that will be the starting. That will be the starting four for the Carabao Cup as well.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. How'd you lost
it? I think he'll play them together so they get a bit of time together before the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. I'll be happy with that back four. To be fair, I would be happy with that back four, 100% there, because obviously the Lascelles will be playing the Premier League, so I think I'll be a back four. Let's go for midfield.
In the centre will be John Joe Shelby.
John Joe Shelby, yeah, okay.
Then I think they'll have. It's a difficult one where they'll play
on left-hand side
or I'll go J7.
J7. Who's having an outstanding season for us?
Yeah,
brilliant season. On the other side,
I think it'll be Joe Willock, which is tight on Sean Longstaff because he's played so well. But he'll come on in the second half.
I'm just gonna try this one and Joe Willock. That's fine. So that's our midfield three, and then we've got to play the front three.
The right side. Right side. I think he might start with Jacob Murphy.
Jacob Murphy. Okay. And on the other side?
I think it's ASM.
Alan, let's have a look. And say, I just should come up. Sorry. Sorry, guys. And saying that. Oh, eventually, there you go. Brilliant stuff. Eventually, I'll put AI in. Sorry. So that's
Chris Wood fit?
Well, he's got a back injury, but he should be back for the Vallecano game. So, do you think
I think he'll start.
Yeah. Let's have a look as well. Have it in the game. Chris Wood.
You've got him on.
I got him in, didn't I? Brilliant stuff. And that's our 11. So this is going to be Roly's team against Vallecano to start. So it's going to be Pope and Gore. And then the right back of Manfredo. The other side is Target. Jamal Lascelles and his partner in crime, Dan Burn. The midfield three is John Joe Shelby, Joe Willett, Joe Linton. And up front, it'll be ASM. He needs some game time, by the way. And Jacob Murphy and Chris Wood. Tell us your folks, please. Would you go with that lineup, guys? And would you take it? And for me, I would just, I think that's a fair squad there as well, by the way.
I think a lot of it depends on how far along Alexander Isak is, and whether they want to risk him.
I don't think they're risking. I think
No,
they're playing for
I started with Wood, and then they'll bring might bring the young lad Stevenson on in the second half.
Yeah, he scored, didn't he, the other day?
Save Callum for the Premier League game.
Yeah, 100%. I'll say, yeah. I mean, Dylan Steve's got to play. I like to see Bonds as well play the left back as well. I think it'd be really, really good. I quite like that guy. He's bombed.
Yeah, he had a good pre-season. It's all. Did they send him out on loan?
No, he's still at the club. He's still at the club, and I think he needs to go to a championship side as well to gain that experience. Yeah, because whoever gets him, I think, let's be real, I think he's going to be a really good left back. He's quick, he's pacey, he can tackle, and I'm a big fan of him. I'm a fan of this kid. But
he had good. Yeah, but again, I think this is my side is bearing in mind the Carabao Cup. The only change the only thing that might be different, I think, could be Karius instead of Pope. But I think they might put Pope in because he's didn't play in the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? But look, he needs to be getting time as well, because I don't think Jamal Lewis is going to play for Newcastle again. I think he'd be. I think he's done at Newcastle. I really do. It's a shame because he's got the talent. But for me, I heard he had a poor game. He had a really poor game in Saudi Arabia, sort of thing.
He wasn't convincing in Saudi. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't convincing. Where some of the younger lads that came on looked really good. Was it Alex Murphy, the centre half?
Yeah,
he looked really good. His positioning was spot on. Was diagnosing threats and getting there. I think we've got a real gem there.
Yeah, I think from what I've heard, he looks a sound player. I spoke to someone on social media, and she watches him on a regular basis. She's season ticket holder for his former club, and she said to us, "This guy is so special. He really, really is." So, if any Irish people, watchers, watch the channel, Alex Murphy, and if you're a fan of him, let us know. Leave us the comments. And John Dummy asking, yeah, it's called Create Formation, Ches. It's really good. Type it in, because Macy gave us that one as well. So I'll use it from there as well. I have a sneaky suspicion how may push Jason on the left wing, and you have a midfield for your Willock, Shelby, and Longstaff, and Emir Gore Botman instead of Byrne. I don't think he'll start Maxi. That's a very interesting thing there, Ches. Very, very interesting. We don't know who to start, but on Tuesday, it's going to be very, very interesting who plays against Bournemouth as well. I'll be doing a preview on Monday, and I'll be up in Newcastle for that as well, because I'll be stopping at my lasses for a week. So I'm buzzing. And you're no problem, Ches, no problems at all. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then give it a like, hit subscribe button. Also, do follow Roly as well, Rule 67, am I correct?
Poll 67.
Poll 67. So check out as well on social media. He loves football, and he goes on Tony's channels as well, which I think, he's one of their co-hosts as well. So, yeah, Roly's a great guy, loves his football. And Bush, we're going to Bush, by the way, big Man U fan, and thanks for subscribing, mate, and smash that likes, folks. Thank you very much indeed. That's come from a United fan as well. We get fans all over the country, fans of all clubs to support. Don't have to be Newcastle, and it is really, 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 really good. And they do talk about Newcastle as well. I'll go on Mace's channel as well. So, yeah, for Vallecano, I mean, it's great to welcome back Florian Lejeune as well. I think it's great to see him back at Newcastle. And since he's been back, he's been one of the better players. When he played for Alabez, I mean, he was a really good defender. It's just a shame the team just couldn't cope with him as well. But listen, at the end of the day, right, I think they play a 4-3-3 formation as well, just like us. And I don't know a lot about them in a minute. I know they're 12th in the league, so they're having a steady season, and they are based outside in Madrid, one of the smaller clubs in Madrid. There's 4 clubs in Madrid, by the way. You've got the Real Atletico, you also got Getafe, and you also got Madrid as well. And they've got a capacity of just under 15,000, and they're coached by Andoni Raiola. And the key players that got there, like Mason said, got Bebe, Radamel Falcao, Florian Lejeune as well. So I don't know if you know a lot about this team, but look, at the end of the day, they're going to give us a good test.
Yeah. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about them. I mean, with Florian Lejeune, I always rated him as a centre-half. I thought when he played, he's one of our better centre-halves, but he had so much trouble with injury, so we never got to see the best of him.
Yeah, that is the thing. That is the thing. I mean, since he had that injury, he's been injured twice to us, pretty bad ones, and it just hasn't really been the same. That game against Leicester, when he did 2 pull back passes, and I was really critical of this guy on that day. We got beat by 3 goals. No, yes, he didn't even look for both of them, by the way. He gave it straight to. You would have thought that Luis Perez still played for Newcastle, by the way. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, I had to be critical of him. Doing it once is bad enough, but doing it a second time, I think, come on, Florian, man. Do you know what I mean? I gave him a play rates. I gave him a 0 out of 0. Yeah. And all these people, right, really jumped on this because I was criticizing him. No, I wasn't. I was speaking the truth. And those very same people on the same day DM'd us, right, and apologized to us. Guess what? I didn't reply back to them. Everyone's got an opinion, but he was poor that day. And I thought to myself, I don't think he's going to be the same player. So I think, in my opinion, I think they were right to get rid, send him back to Spain so he could just rediscover his form. And I'm pleased for Florian because he is a decent defender.
Yeah. I mean, I had high hopes when he joined the club because he looked the part.
He did.
He reminded me a little bit of Philippe Albert.
Yeah. Absolutely. 6'3" as well, by the way. I mean, he was really, really decent and
on the ball. Decent defender, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. I mean, you see it all the time where a player is at a club where they've got high hopes for him, it doesn't work out. They move him on. He has a couple of moves and then he turns into a really class player. I mean, you look at Salah at Liverpool. He was at Chelsea and they didn't fancy him.
Exactly.
You've got Kevin De Bruyne as another one that was cast off and was picked up somewhere else. And look at the player that he's turned into. Yeah,
exactly.
It's just sometimes you don't fit with the club. It happens.
Absolutely. I mean, look, it happens, doesn't it? And I'm just glad he's back to his best, and I'm glad that he's playing football as well. So. And I wish him all the best at Vallecano. Lads, not a bad line. We've got to remember it's only a friendly. Then we've got the cup exactly, Wayne. Exactly. It's a friendly, yeah? It's like Arsenal, Emirates Cup, yeah? It's only a friendly. It's simple as that, you know what I mean? And I want to win big ones, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League titles, yeah? Future European Cups as well. You see, they got the kit, by the way, Kit and Jonathan. And there would be programs on Saturday for the friendly game. I'll not be there on Saturday because I'm driving up. I'll be going straight to Lofell. But there should be kids. There should be programs there, pets. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But I'm pretty sure there is. Hope you're okay, Kate, by the way. And you're still invited to come on my show live anytime you want. You let us know. And Tony in the chat, thank you very much indeed, Tony. Please smash those likes and help the algo for John's channel. Thank you, Tony. Share the love to Tony, by the way. And do check out his channel. Is all in black and white. Absolutely fantastic. Getting subscribers every single day. And he's done some good ones too. Good point, Wayne. I think this is for the cup, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it is as well. Looking at midfield, if we just add one more in the transfer, how we'll have a real selection headache. For me, I don't think John Joe Show's going to be there next season. I really don't. Yeah, we need to move away from him. But Onadi will be a fantastic signing. Amrabat will be a fantastic signing as well. We definitely do need another midfielder if we can. And we should just see, what do you think, Tony? What do you think, Roly?
I mean, he's got this 1-year extension, and I think that's more in case we can't get the midfield player that we want. Because they like John Joe, and they think he can contribute. But obviously we're looking for an upgrade. But if we can't get that right player at the right price, they won't move him on.
That is the thing. That is the problem. It really, really
That's
is.
not a problem. It's the process. It's a process. We know what we want. When we've got the player that we want, we can then look at moving someone else on. So if, there's talk that Juve want to offload Vlahovic. Now, if we're to get Vlahovic, they'll move Chris Wood on. But they won't until that happens. Because we're in a situation where there's no panic, because we're in a good place, want to improve the squad, and we can't let everyone go at one time. So it'll be a case of one in, one out. So when we get a player in, be it Maddison, or Vlahovic, or Arabat, we'll then move someone on. So it could be a case that it ends up as 2 in, 2 out.
Absolutely, that's how it's going to be. 1 in, 1 out, 2 in, 2 out as well. I mean, Marcus Thuram as well. I take at Newcastle as well. Them up front as well. That guy, I watched his interview, right? He's born in Italy, right? And he's got an American accent because he's been to an international school, that 9-year-old, right? His English is better than Harry Kane's. I'm not going to lie. He spoke American. A French guy speaking American, that is something else, to know what I mean? So big up to Marcus, by the way. I think he had a good World Cup as well when it comes on the pitch. He's quick, he's tall, he's 6'4", and he'd be on the 3 in the summer. And Mönchengladbach won some money as well in January. Probably 10 million would be enough to price him away from the Bundesliga as well. I'll take him. I'll take that guy. Do you know what I mean? He could play wide. He could play on the left-hand side. He could play on the right. He could play up front. He could play anywhere up front. And I tell you what, he will be an asset for our team. Do you know what I mean? But would he be a number 9? That is the thing. But we've got Isak as well. Wilson. We could do with Thuram as well. That is 3 quality front line as well. Do you know what I mean? With pace. And that'd be the end of Wood, by the way. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, it's looked good. I mean, he's only played a bit part for France, but he looked good yesterday. It's quick, it's tricky. It seems to run, seems to get into good positions. If we bring someone like him in, again, I think to make space, Chris Wood will go. And there are people that will want Chris Wood. Apparently Leeds are after him. But until we get someone in, no one's going out.
Exactly. Angie W on Twitter. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, Pet Celtic fan as well. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. I've got my prediction, Lemon, as well, by the way. You got yours, so I've got to do mine as well, if you don't mind. So it's going to be a little bit different to, I won't say different to yours, but hey ho. But I'm going to say Karius will start in goal. Right back will be the same back four as you mentioned as well, mate. I'll go along with you as well, 100%. The midfield 3, I'm going to go with Shelby, Elliot Anderson, and Sean Longstaff. And at the front 3, I'm going to say Murphy. I'm going to say ASM. I'm going to say Chris Wood as well. So that's going to be my 3 as well. So, and that's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to do a prediction. I'm going to do a combined 11 every single week. So the next combined 11 I'm going to do is against Bournemouth. So please keep your eyes peeled for that as well. Wayne, yes, it's on TV. Yes, it's on NUFC TV, my guys. So actors on live. I was going to do a watch along as well, but unfortunately I'll be driving up as well, so I won't be able to do it, unfortunately. So she wants to stop on Saturday, not Sunday. Cheers. Question to you, big man. Do you think how we use more of his younger players since friendly, like Anderson and other youngsters? Cheers. Anderson, in my opinion, will probably start. What do you think?
I think they'll play a part, but I don't think they'll start. Elliot Anderson has a possibility of starting, but but I think that he'll be pretty close to the 11 that I put up. Again, it also depends whether he's planning on playing Elliot Anderson against Bournemouth. I think if he's planning on playing him against Bournemouth, I think he'll get a long run out on Saturday. But it's a difficult one.
Yeah, the thing is, so I think he needs game time as well, Elliot as well. But I've also, my guess is he probably go out on loan as well in January. I think as
I'm
well.
not sure.
So I hope
I'm
it
not
goes.
sure. I'm not so sure because we've got the Carabao Cup. Hopefully, we get through that. So there'll be another round there, and they've got the FA Cup to come. Well, that's in January. He has been coming on in league matches, so he's getting game time. Not an awful lot of game time, but he's getting game time. So I'm not so sure they'll send him out. I think if they were going to send him out, if the plan was to send him out, I think they would have sent him out at the beginning of the season and then checked his progress in January. But I think they'll keep him at Newcastle rather than send him out on loan. I think he will get the game time.
Yeah. I hope so. I like Elliot Anderson, by the way. I really, really do. I've got high hopes in the sky. I really do hope, but I hope that he gets some game time as well. Hopefully, second half of the season, probably from the subs bench, because we've got so much important matters to do. Because we're going to go for the top 4 this season. We really are, and I truly think we'll do that as well. But only time will tell. So, yeah, I mean, just a quick 1 or 2 transfer notice as well, right? I mean, we said like Toon as well. And Nasty as well. I mean, how many players do you think we're going to pick up in January? Do you think how many players we're going to need, and how many do you think we're going to get?
I think there'll be 2, unless there's an unbelievable deal falls in a lap. Then it'll be 3.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, let's say the Vlahovic comes up and Juve want. It's like 45 for him rather than 60. I think they go for that because they wanted him last January, but he went to Juve. His record in Juve is it 13 and 26?
Yeah,
which is a good strike rate, similar to Wilson.
Great.
And he's
4 assists.
4 assists as well.
Absolutely. He's got a value. He's got a market value, 80 million euros. So you would probably want the money back as well. So, and that is the thing. If Vlahovic was coming to the Premier League, then it'd probably be a number 1 striker, be a number 1 choice, probably number 1 striker. You have to play him up top, and then Callum Wilson will have to drop in the subs bench or somewhere like that. And then who's going to play right on the left? Probably Isak. Isak on the left, the ASM on the right, or whatever it may be, sort of thing. Because you don't pay 63 mil and then not playing Isak. That's the thing. And I've seen rumours as well that we could have Vlahovic, but they want Isak in part exchange as well. That ain't going to happen anytime soon. So that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen. And Manuel Petit, I've heard saying that tell Arsenal get ASM. That's not going to happen anytime soon either, because there's no way ASM is going to move to Arsenal. He's happy at Newcastle United, and he's made it absolutely clear. Yeah,
I was going to say he's been very forthright on that. But there are lots of rumours. I think there's a rumour that we wanted, is it Moses, the guy that played at Everton and was awful. And they said that would only happen if ASM went to Juventus or something like that as a replacement. It's just ludicrous. It's funny season for stories because transfer window's not open. Nobody knows what we're going to do. So everyone knows we've got money, so let's make up a story. So if they make up enough stories, one of them's bound to be right.
Exactly. Totally agree. Because I tell you what, though, Jack, silly season's coming in. I'm not going to make up any transfer rumours as well. I'm not going to say this player's going to sign this and not going to sign that. Let's be real. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it when they actually sign on the dotted line as well. So at the end of the day, one thing I'm going to say, right, just don't make up rumours, and you're going to get angry with it. As simple as that. It's as simple as that. Got some more comments as well, because I've got something else to show you as well. I want to see more of Elliot Anderson. He has talent, local lad. I hope so as well, Rin. I like him. I do like him.
But he's still very much a raw work in progress. So it's a case of nurturing him.
Exactly. And I'm sure Eddie will do a good job with him as well. So that's a good one. I still think Newcastle want to push on and want to win that league, John, mate. I hope so, guy. I really do hope so. We got I think the next 3 games will determine where we'll be next between now and then trying to win a title list. I mean, look, I'll be happy for top 4, to be honest with you, as to know. I mean, I really am happy. And we can get top 4, we finish 4th. I'll take it 100% because look, we'll be in Champions League, don't we?
Yeah, we want to be there. I mean, a European place, I think, is the ultimate goal. Which European place, I don't know. I'd love it to be the Champions League, but I wouldn't be sort of like overly disappointed if it ended up as the Europa League or the Europa Conference, because it's European football. We've not had that for a long time, and it's progress. But it would be disappointing because of the start we've made to the season if we'd ended up in the other 2 competitions, particularly the Europa Conference. Europa League's not so bad. It'd just be disappointing after playing so well and not having such a great first sort of third of the season. It would be a little disappointing.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we just got to keep going. We'd be in the top 6, but it's just because of where we're going to be. And I'll be disappointed if we don't get in the Champions League because that's where we want to be. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I know Europa League is cool, but we're in a position now that we should hold on to 3rd or 4th place and get in that Champions League. We're finally to be playing Arsenal, but that's going to be a tough game. I brought this up, Roly, about the food bank as well. I saw this as well, and I think it's a fantastic gesture as well. And they put on their 150k donation for the WE Food Bank, a warm, safe space in Newcastle to help combat fuel poverty, a volunteer scheme for club staff. Newcastle and NFC Foundation have launched the Helping Hand at Christmas campaign to provide community support over the festive period. And you know what it is, right? That is absolutely brilliant gesture. And all these people, right, saying that, we're here at Newcastle because of what's going on. This will never happen on a Mike Ashley. Big up to our new owners, right, and the football club for making this happen, right? And I'll tell you something now, right? This is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got great owners. They do all sorts of great stuff for the club. I can't big them up enough because I think it's a tremendous gesture. 150,000 for the food bank. They probably can't believe that. And I mean, JB Rubin's been matching what the food bank get on match days. So it's not really a surprise that the club are going to do more for the food bank, but the amount is the bit that's staggering.
Exactly. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's going to the correct people, which I think is great. And you know what? Just keep going. Just keep doing it, man. Do you know what I mean? Because they're doing the right thing for the football club, man. They really, really are. I think Arsenal may draw or drop a few points around Jesus. At least I hope that's the case. That's in chairs. I think they're going to play Martinelli up front. That's my opinion. They really are going to play him up front because he is a damn good player. I'm going to do the preview for the Arsenal game as well. And also, I'll get loads of Arsenal fans asking us to go on their channel as well. And let's be real, right? I mean, I'm happy to do it. I mean, it's just trying to fit them in as well. I'm not getting so many people asking us to go on their channel. You know, I'm trying to keep people happy, and that's what it's all about. But we should see. How was John's trip to Italy? Has John scouted any players? Mate, I haven't, mate, no. But I just went on there, had a good time. I went to do San Siro Museum tour as well, mate. I enjoyed it. Check us out, mate. It's on there, my channel. And just give it a like as well. If you can do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for that. But for Saturday's game against Vallecano, I know you don't know a lot about them, but what do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, because I don't know.
Friendly.
I don't know an awful lot about Vallecano, so I'll just go 2-0 Newcastle.
You're going to go 2-0, are you?
I think just like all my predictions going forward will be something to 0. Because I think
oh wow,
2-0, because defensively we're so good.
Absolutely, exactly. But don't forget, right? I'm not going to lie, but this team beat Real Madrid not long ago. Just by letting you know on that as well. The last game they played, they drew 1-1 against Real Sociedad away, and the previous week they played in a friendly. They beat Galatasaray by 1-0, lost to Fenerbahce by 3-1, and I'm not going to worry about no Copa del Rey, but they drew 0-0 at home against Celta Vigo. And then before that, they beat Real Madrid by 3-2. And look, they're a tough side to beat. I know that's a fact. But let's be honest. I mean, we just got to go out there and play our game. It's only a friendly. So if we get beat, don't get despondent, people, by the way. Please don't get despondent. Yeah?
It's more about the performance than the result.
Exactly. You know what it is, right? It's good to have these games, right? Good into the Bournemouth game on Tuesday, right? And we're going to be a lot better than Bournemouth this time because the way we played them last time, right, wasn't great. It was a horrible performance. It took an easy penalty to spare our blushes, right? But conceded a poor goal. And Botman didn't play that day as well. We could have done them at the back. And wow, it's tough, but we're tougher. That's very, very true. But we'll see what happens on that. Yeah, we're going to wrap up there, and it's close to an hour as well. And thanks for joining. But Roly, can you tell us where you can find your socials, mate?
Yeah, it's on Twitter at Pols67.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. You're always on Tony's channel as well, so do check him out on that as well. And
his channel, when we come off air, hop onto It's All Black and White TV for his show with Junior Turner. Should be a good one.
Absolutely. Totally agree 100%. Like, and Tony needs to support as well. And he needs lots more subscribers as well. And he's a great guy as well. Got one from Lana Coffee by John Roly and Owen. Thank you very much indeed. Hop onto his channel. And guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then give it a like, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to super chat, it's open as well. Just click on that and just give what the channel is worth. And if you'd like to become a member as well, it's just 99p. And also, I'm going to do a competition as well soon for the Newcastle versus Fulham game. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it because that's on the Sunday game. So instead of going to the match, I should go and do a watch along. So if you want to enter the competition, then please, you have to become a member. It's as simple as that. So yeah, so thanks again for watching. I really backstage, Tony, and thanks for Ches, one of my mods as well. We really appreciate that as well. Thank you, Ches, and make sure you come back again, mate, because without you, I don't know what the channel would be like as well. So thank you very much indeed for that, and hit those likes as well. And cheers, John Roly's on Tony's channel, and Ches will be over there as well. I'm pretty sure. And Matt, thank you, Matt from Australia. Thank you, Matt. And until then, thank you so much for watching. And whatever you decide to do, have a fantastic evening and wrap up warm because it's absolutely damn freezing and it's going to get worse. And until then, guys, it's a goodbye.
Bye.